Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here, too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent, too?
It's called service.
Call State Farm agent Kathy Scott in Jacksonville at 730-3665.
We've seen it 1,000 times. Insurance companies using the same tired excuses not to pay. They'll say you're really not hurt, or that your injury is from an old accident. That's why it's so important to hire a law firm who has their own medical experts, who know how to fight excuses with facts. When they bring excuses, we bring the truth. And truth is power. Farah and Farah. Here for you, here for good. Jacksonville.
Lauren Brooks here for the Kitchen and Flooring Design Center. You can turn your kitchen into the kitchen of your dreams with a huge selection of Timberlake cabinets. Timberlake cabinets are now offered in a variety of colors, including sage green and navy blue. You've got to see the showroom with these beautiful modern Timberlake cabinets. The Kitchen and Flooring Design Center is located on Southside Boulevard across from Tinseltown, or you can find them online at floorsandkitchen.com. That's the Kitchen and Flooring Design Center.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. This Saturday is our in-store card show at Showtime with about 20 tables from our wonderful group of a dozen vendors selling autograph cards, rookies, and all the players you'll be looking for. Join us this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. for our card show at Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for my friends at Dandy Foods. The Thompson family kicking out quality, fresh, and delicious sandwiches every single day. Fresh, as in never frozen. So don't be fooled by signs or labels. Folks, when it comes to grab-and-go sandwiches, if it doesn't say Dandy on the front, it was made somewhere else, stored in a freezer for who knows how long, then shipped into town beside the chicken pot pie. Not exactly fresh. Why not make your next stop at Gate to taste real fresh quality and make yours a Dandy today?
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Be confident you're in control of your banking with free digital tools, fewer fees, and a team that's ready to help. Add an account at justbeyourself.com. Community First Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Googans, do you suffer with neck or back pain? My friend Dr. Alan Nathans at Disc Centers of America on Bay Meadows Road helps people diagnosed with bulging, herniated, and degenerated discs, sciatica, or stenosis. Dr. Nathans uses that DRX 9000 non-surgical spinal decompression table to gently unbulge and unherniate discs that are causing sciatica. Don't do another cortisone injection. Stay active and healthy as you get older. Dancing at 50, golf at 60, the river run at 70. Yes, yes, and yes. DrNathans.com.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Pella Windows and Doors. Look, it's kind of cooling down right now, and I love opening the windows up a bit this time of year. And if you're looking to upgrade your windows in your home, I want you to visit the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway. Ask about their latest hurricane and impact-resistant windows and doors, rated #1 by Consumer Reports in all 3 main window categories. You want quality, style, and protection? Visit PellaJacks.com and the showroom on Phillips Highway right next to Tesla. That's Pella Windows and Doors.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Arlington Toyota. What a terrific weekend of high school football we've got coming up. This Friday, 5-1 Creekside hosts 6-0 Bartram Trail at 7 o'clock. Knights head coach Sean McIntyre can't wait to coach in this one.
There's going to be a ton of people. It's going to be an exciting atmosphere. It's going to be a great football game. We're excited to host it and hopefully put our best version of ourselves out there Friday night and see where the chips fall after 48 minutes.
Bartram Trail and Creekside, also University Christian and Trinity Christian, as David Penland has the Knights, has the Christians out to a 7-0 start Again, it's Creekside Bartram Trail, 7 o'clock on Friday. University Christian and Trinity Christian at 7:30, an undefeated matchup on Friday. 80 degrees at 6:04. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Right. A little bit of stress I've noticed out there today. I was so much older then. I'm younger than that now, huh? Yeah. Think about that one as we get things rolling. Relax, take a deep breath. It's Indianapolis week. Got to win a ball game on the road. Run it when they're expecting the pass. Pass it when they're expecting the run. That's the recipe. That's a W right there against the Gus Bradley feared cover 3 defense. It's a 4-3 installment. You're going to break up that secondary into thirds. I read earlier today some numbers on Trevor Lawrence that are absolutely, positively spectacular in cover 2. He struggles outside of cover 2 coverage. So we'll get to that. We'll break things down. Oh, by the way, in Indy, man, they're crying poor right now. I can't remember the last time I heard this type of tone, this type of vibe coming out of that basketball / open wheel racing, brickyard style racing there in Indianapolis. I mean, they are just telling us that no one's going to be able to play. And their injury report certainly backs that up. Attrition, being able to move on Sunday to Sunday with the loss of key players is a massive component each and every year in each and every sport. Jacksonville, thankfully, has been relatively healthy this year. As a matter of fact, they've been incredibly healthy. Only 3 lost starts in 5 games. We know that now Ben Barch is gone for the remainder of the year. And, you know, I think that is a survivable loss, if you will. And we'll see how they do things with Ty Shatley, the newly acquired John Miller. That transaction came in yesterday. Cole Van Lannon, obviously, on this roster as well. The last 2 with a lot of career starts. Shatley's played, his 9 years in Duval and has certainly played guard as well as center in the NFL. So we have all that to get into, but whether it's, Jonathan Taylor, offensive line, Quentin Nelson has a couple of injuries. They continue to be decimated on the defensive line. It's really going to be intriguing for the Jaguars to see how they're able to get it done and what happens as far as the health. The very latest on all of this, the line continues to push, oh, by the way, in favor of Indianapolis. It opened at -1. It's now -2.5. It takes a lot of money to move a point spread 1.5 points, and it's done so on Tuesday and Wednesday. As you know, we're only halfway through the week. The game will be Sunday at 1. There's an opportunity for this to move even more. Which direction we'll see. But it feels like there's a lot of momentum nationally being thrown on Jacksonville in a rebound game to go out on the road and win one. The bettors right now, that is anything but the case. Real quick, let me just give it to you here. Let's see. 68% of the money is on Indy. All right. 68% on the money line is on Indianapolis. And overall, as far as the point spread as well, 93%. No wonder it's moved 1.5 points the way that it has over the last couple of days, or, I guess a little bit less than 48 hours, actually. But we'll spend time on that coming up in just a little bit. All right, listen, I want to get this out there because I'm going to do it in a way that is going to allow me to make a point. But and I think it kind of goes along with life in a lot of circles, right? I mean, if you think about it, once you hit 50, as I did, things start to droop, right? Density comes in, Dianetics come in, and you always hear, "Well, I'm not the same that I was when I was 25. I don't look the same." When you put on the bikini, or when I put on the yellow banana hammock, I don't feel the way that I once did. That's what happens when you get older. Also, for you youngsters out there, if you can listen to this entire sentence without being distracted, it's pretty interesting how every generation tells you, we had it so much harder. Oh, man, I walked to school uphill in the snow. I walked home from school uphill in the snow. We all had it tougher, but that's going to be told for years. 50 years from now, you kids, when you're grandkid, you'll be doing the same thing. That's just the world that we are part of. The other side of it has always been this. Sports was so much more attractive, so much more exciting years ago. Even though the talent as far as nutrition, strength, what we've been able to gain through weightlifting, what we've been able to gain with science and everything else, where today's players are bigger, stronger, and faster. The product years and years and years ago was much better, okay? And I think the reason for that, we can go on and on and on. College basketball, players left way too quick. College basketball has been down for so many years. Why? Because there's no team chemistry. You remember when I started in this business in 91, Christian Laettner and Grant Hill and Thomas Hill and that New Jersey gym rat, Bobby Hurley, and all these guys rolled them in. They were third-year juniors, fourth-year seniors. They stuck together. Tim Duncan came in as a senior for Wake Forest. I watched Ray Allen come in a non-conference game with Connecticut. I watched Joe Smith when Maryland was number one, and he was surrounded by players that were juniors and seniors. So, they changed the laws, and everything happened, and add the transfer portal to that. The basketball game's not nearly as good as it used to be. Then let's add analytics, okay? Well, the NBA game, falling apart. We got 3-on-1s, and we got guys now pulling up, taking three-pointers. It's hurt us as far as the eye test. It's hurt us as far as the overall enjoyability and what we see today. I'd like to tell you that the NHL went the other way because they lifted the red line, right? So they eliminated the two-line pass. They made it way better as far as wide-open hockey, but the goaltender pads are way too big. You talk about a bun in the oven. That's what an NHL goaltender looks like. Seriously, just keep the guy right in front of the crease, and the chances are he is going to stop the puck. Look at baseball. All right, why do you think they're eliminated the shift, and that's going to start happening next year? Okay, I'll tell you why, because you hit a routine ground ball up the box. It should be a base hit. It always was a base hit. Nowadays, you got the shortstop playing right behind the second base bag. So let's get to the NFL. Let's get to football. And you want to love the game, and I love the game. And get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I never try to bite the hand that feeds me. I'm always going to try to sell the product. But it's not nearly as attractive when you look at today's game compared to the way it used to be because of, number one, the officiating, which is just terrible, and it affects the outcome of all of these games that we watch. And then number two, the algorithms, right? The analytics. That's today's football. And instead of hiring and bringing in a guy who played the game and started in high school or maybe as a graduate assistant in college and worked his way up, all of a sudden he got a position job, and all of a sudden he got a coordinator job. Now he's he's up in the box and he's calling plays, and he's earned his stripes from working, 6 days a week, 16-hour days. Today's NFL, you're going to go to MIT and hire the smartest guy to graduate from there, give him an incredible amount of money, and say, we need you to be part of our operations. We need you to crunch numbers for us. So we're in an era where everything, instead of the gut, instead of the feel, instead of what's working, okay, let's check in with so-and-so and so-and-so who never even played sandlot football, who never even played peewee, pop water football. But he's going to tell you, listen, when I went to Harvard, this is the way we did it, and this is the way it should be now. It's 3rd and 3 from your own 35. You got to run it this way. If it's 3rd and 3 from their 35, you got to do it this way. So we're getting into a system where who the hell knows what happens? Is one of these nerds in communication with the offensive coordinator, who is in communication with the head coach, and then that play actually does go into the quarterback? I don't know. They're never going to tell us. Where honestly does analytics come in when the play clock is ticking away? It's fascinating. So that's the product. It's not the way that it once was. And the good side of this is there's so much bad football. And Tom Brady said it last week. And he was right. I mean, look at some of these games that we're witnessing. How the hell does Indianapolis beat Kansas City? How the hell do the Jets blow out Miami after Miami did what they did to Buffalo? I mean, how is this stuff working? I'll tell you how it's working. Bad officiating and bad football. So now we're locked in to a situation where everything is now scientific. It's no longer go with what you believe is working, go with what the mathematicians are telling you you should do. Case in point, last week. I'm a huge fan of Doug Peterson, okay? He is the right man for this job, but he is going through some early growing pains. I'm still trying to digest the fact that he is a pass-first quarterback / head coach in a run-first AFC South division. And I think that was proven a few days ago. Let's enter Dameon Pierce into the equation. With Jonathan Taylor, who, by the way, did not practice today for the Colts and did not play a week ago Thursday night, Indy gets the benefit of the extra 42 hours to get healthy. That didn't have any effect on L.A., did it? Jacksonville went out there and won a ball game. And obviously Derrick Henry in Nashville. But I'm trying to solve that side of the armchair quarterbacking, the analyzing of the game where I want more run. And last week, what was it? 40, I have it right here. Was it 46 passes, 28 rushes? Let's see. Trevor Lawrence was 25 of 47. They ran the ball 26 times. 10 for ETN, 10 for Robinson. Hasty had a carry. Agnew had a carry. Trevor had 4. So forever, I have said run the ball. You run the ball, it fixes everything. You run the ball, you keep the defense honest. This week, you'll keep Gus Bradley honest so you can run the ball, right? Even though Gus Bradley, as we know, blitzes the least out of any defensive coordinator in the National Football League. Secondly, you run the ball. It's going to make your passing offense that much more prevalent. You're going to hopefully be able to do things. And, we'll talk a little bit later on the show how, again, the numbers, the algorithms. You know what the algorithms tell us? That when you throw the football, if you're Trevor Lawrence, in less than 2.5 seconds, you have a hell of a lot better of an opportunity of completing a pass than if you don't. Okay? That's in the math, man. That's there, and that's proven, and that's today's football. But back to what I'm getting at with Peterson. I'm still trying to figure all this out. And the Robinson thing is a mystery, okay? He was taken out 2 weeks ago in Philly. He had a fumble. We wondered why he didn't have second-half carries. They both had 10 this past Sunday. But if you watched the game, and I know you did, and a lot of you love spirits on Sunday, you love cocktails, and I love you for it. Maybe you go back and rewatch the game on Monday or Tuesday, or maybe you're one of those who tapes it, and if they lose, you just like, screw that, and you delete it. I got to believe many more people go back and watch games after wins than after losses. That would be just my guess. I'm dead wrong. I could be dead wrong again, but that's just my guess. But anyway, the point I'm getting at, let's bring real football back. Let's bring on a hunch, okay? Let's bring my gut is telling me. I don't know. How about the eyes simply tell the story. And it sounds like this. Travis Etienne was the best player on the football field Sunday. It wasn't even close. He was better than Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce averaged 3.8 yards a carry. Travis Etienne was spectacular. He was the best player. So screw algorithms, okay? Get him the football. You've got wizards on this staff. Are you trying to tell me that there's no one that can see what we can all see? If Travis Etienne is making people miss, if Travis Etienne is picking up yards and yards, even yards after contact, which frankly, I didn't know he had when he played at Clemson, give him the football. 4 carries in the second half, a 1-possession game. 4 carries in the second half. Give him the football. So do what you want with math. Do what you want from the brainiacs out of Princeton who are telling you to do this and do that. I want a little bit of a turn back to some old school. And it sounds like this. Hey, Doug, Etienne's on today. You know what he is? Let's get him the ball. End of story. And try to win with your best instead of making a rattled quarterback who has been totally inconsistent throw the football 47 times. The blame is on Trevor. I have no defense to Trevor. He has been terrible the last 2 weeks. But damn it, this coaching staff has to make it better and give them an opportunity to win games. By not giving the football to Travis Etienne at least 17, 18, 20 times last Sunday was a massive mistake by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Opening comments tonight made to you by the good folks over at Shmunez Vision. Okay, I've known Dr. Neil Shmunez forever. He's talking about 37 years worth of experience. They're a family organization. They focus on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. About 8 years ago, he found something in my right eye that was cancerous, went in, removed it. There have been no problems. You may not ever give that any consideration. I mean, it feels like we're always on high alert. We hear about these commercials all the time to get checked for this, to get checked for that. We hear about the percentages of men and women who could be running into problems when it comes to cancer. You never think about your eyes. And that applies to cataracts that you may have, other issues that you may have in your eye. This is your one stop when it comes to eye care and health care. This includes Dr. Catherine Shmunez. She's fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery. All refractive surgery combined, that's more than 30 years of laser eye surgery. Call them, 299-2906. It's 299-2906. Or go to shmunezvision.com. Care you can see. I expect a lot of response to what I just said. Maybe you like today's Geek Squad football. Maybe you do. Maybe you like Ballou. Who cares what you think? I mean, today's all about the math. I'm going to trust these wicked smart people who went to school up east, right? I'm going to trust them to tell us how to play today's ball. Maybe that's what you want, okay? Well, whether you want it or not, that's what you're getting. I'm raising my hand right now, and I'm making a call for trusting the eyes. Once again, take us back, please.
It's the intersection where they shift gears.
And this is when he's at his best in the open field.
Listen for the Tire Outlet Drive of the Game on 1010XL.
That was an opportunity to bust this game open.
Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Honda continues to impress with their new lineup this year. Don't settle for less when the best is just minutes away. We invite you to visit your local Honda dealer and see the vehicles everyone is talking about. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda. Come see us. We're dealing.
Hi, my name is Rick Ballou, and I'm here from the good folks of Jimerson Burr. Each and every day they offer up words of wisdom. And it includes this. Let's quote the late Rodney Dangerfield, who once said, and I do quote, "I went to a fight the other night and a hockey game broke out." End of quote. Can you believe the National Hockey League is back. Oh, my God. It's out of this world. Jimerson Burr. They represent businesses, all industries, all sizes. Each matter the same quality, care, attention to detail, and respect as if they were representing themselves. I'm going to go back to the money. That's what it's all about these days, the money, because we see how hard it is to gather good money or hold on to good money. And if you're a business in town, even if you're a tiny little business in town, you did your job and you haven't been paid, it is time for an attorney at Jimerson Burr. 389-0050 or go to jimersonfirm.com.
Estate cleanouts, hoarding cleanouts, old appliances, and even tools. There are tons of reasons why you or someone you know may need expert help clearing space. J-Dog Junk Removal will responsibly help you free up space. That means when they leave your place, it looks better. Whether it's you or a loved one that needs one type of clean out at your home, trust the veterans at J-Dog Junk Removal. Veteran-owned and operated. Call 844-GET-JDOG or visit jdog.com.
Prosser here. Make sure you stop by Lifetime Enclosures this Friday while myself and Dan are live on location. Did you miss out on the home and patio show? Come on by Lifetime's open house this Saturday from 10 to 3 for specials on glass enclosures, screened-in enclosures, outdoor kitchens, to a complete line of flooring. Lifetime has been in business for 32 years, and with that comes the experience to gear up for winter or look ahead for spring with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Open house this Saturday.
This is Garrett Scantling, and when I needed surgery on my foot, I selected Dr. Acevedo and Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. No matter what orthopedic injury you have, go where you're treated like a pro. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
This is Dr. George Acevedo, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Thanks to all of the athletes who ask us to help them get back on their feet. Come see us today.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
It's fall into savings time at AgPro, and it's the perfect time to land a John Deere 1023E tractor with loader for just $172 per month. Visit agproco.com for more fall into savings offers. Offer ends 10/28/22, subject to approved credit. See dealer for details.
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carline, and I'm telling you to stop everything and hear me out. Your favorite athletes always strive to put themselves in a winning position, and it's about time you did too with MyBookie. MyBookie has the biggest online selection of odds and contests to fill all your sports betting needs anytime, anywhere. Bet on the NFL, MLB playoffs, or play for a share of big cash prizes in the weekly blackjack tournaments. If you've been waiting for the right time to get in on the action, that time is now. Make your winning move today. Sign up at MyBookie. Use promo code 1010XL and claim your deposit match of any amount up to $1,000. Again, that's promo code 1010XL to claim your bonus. Experience sports in a whole new light and make this season a winning one. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and use that promo code 1010XL.
You know the rule. Fall is for football. Yeah, but don't forget golf. The Golf Club of Southampton wants to remind you if football takes up most of your weekend, then tee it up during the week at Southampton. Call 287-PLAY and set up a foursome and see the great shape the course is in right now. From temps start to cool, your golf game should be heating up at Southampton. Check out the great things going on with the tremendous practice area, a course that offers tees for every skill level, and a great group of people to take care of you. It's all happening at Southampton.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 12, 1979, Boston Celtics' Chris Ford scores the first three-point basket in NBA history. This game also marks the debut of Larry Bird.
W's and L's are what it's all about in football season, and you know you want to be a winner. Well, don't forget about calling Florida Home AC at 777-4300 before all your friends come over and that AC or heating unit conks out. You'll have that L on your forehead, and that sticks. Make sure your AC can handle the heat and invite the gang over for a win. Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, with prompt and quick service to make sure you stay cool in the heat and warm in the winter.
Make one call to Harrell & Harrell. Let us handle your accident. The one number and one call to make. 251-1111. Harrell & Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Offices, Jacksonville.
You see Daly's convenience stores all over the First Coast, and one thing you'll always see once inside Daly's is a cooler full of Bud Light. It's the official beer of the NFL, and every game goes great with a cold one. So head to your local Daly's the next time you stock up for the big game.
It's Jay with Rhino Shield. In over 20 years of protecting stucco homes, we've never had a 40% off sale. So here it is. Call us now to save 40%.
Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From Roll and Lock bed covers to Lear toppers to cam locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
I'm going to give the injury report here in just a couple of minutes because Indianapolis is really beaten up, and bottom line, they can't score. They're 32nd right now in the NFL. They're getting only 13.8 points a game. Okay? I mean, Jaguar fans, you remember last year, franchise low 14-9, even though the struggles have occurred lately with the offense. You're still talking about 22.2 a game, which is 15th in the NFL. So I like that. I mean, Jacksonville nearly 9 points more as far as total offense with a small sample size, that being only 5 games. All right, we got a lot to cover. Let's. Doug Peterson met with the media today. Trevor Lawrence met with the media today. And what I just partially flipped out about is the right mixture, right, of pass and run. Or if I had my way, it's kind of like, around here it's always Georgia, Florida, right? Have you ever heard anyone, let's bring in the incomparable J.J. Lasaba.
I actually say Florida, Georgia.
What?
I've been saying it my whole life.
All right, see, I was always told that it's Georgia, Florida.
I don't know. I think
don't
it
know
is. What's correct and what's not. That's how I say it.
Okay. All right. Well, the point I'm trying to make is kind of an analogy because the way that we're getting to here, it's the pass-run mix. I'd rather say the run-pass mix.
Or run.
Yeah, in that case. Anyway, Doug Peterson asked about that today. Pretty interesting answer.
It's a challenge. You do whatever it takes to win the game. Whether it's throwing it or running it. I think we saw in the 2 wins there was a nice balance there, which is typically the case, for most teams. And so, so you're looking for that, again, that one spark. And it might be a, TJ rattling off a 30-yard run or we get an explosive pass, to Evan down the middle, something like that. So you never know what it's going to be. You still stick to the game plan as much as you can, and what you've practiced during the week. And somewhere, somehow, some way, somebody needs to make a play and, kind of get things going.
Through 5 games, Jacksonville has attempted 181 passes. All right, Trevor Lawrence has made 113 of those 181. That's a 62.4 clip. Certainly better than what he did a year ago. He was, 59.6? But this man also had it up to nearly 70 a couple of weeks ago. As a matter of fact, you look at the numbers. If you look at completion percentage only, first 3 games of the year, which includes the loss in D.C. where he struggled. Remember, Pro Football Reference told us he had 9 bad throws. Here I am crunching numbers now and going to the analytics after just spending 10 minutes ripping.
My boys over at PFF.
Doesn't mean I don't go to them. Hey, you know what PFF did in college 2 days ago?
No idea.
They took my Seminoles as the second best wide receiving core in college football. The same Seminoles who their last time out had 5 drops, 1 on 4th down. The other 4 were on 3rd down, which would have been all first downs if they caught those 5 balls. That's what I'm getting at. When
You're
you trust
saying
the math.
You don't trust them.
I don't trust the math. Now, I think the Pro Football Reference with 9 bad throws, I think that's a little bit more doable. You know what I mean? I mean, that I can get to.
Who decides that?
I don't know.
But
who's lucky enough to get a gig like that?
It is more trustworthy.
I thought we had great jobs. So put us in charge of drops.
Just watch the TV
bad
and
throws.
be like, oh, yeah, that one sucked.
Carries, 136 right now for Jacksonville. So you got a clip of 181 to 183, 136. And I get it. It's a pass league. I'll also take you back to 2017 when the Jaguars did the unthinkable. 527 passing attempts, 527 rushing attempps. You were top 5 in scoring offense. You were top 5 in scoring defense. That's what I would like. And I think there has been some missed opportunities when it comes to trying to simplify things. And I'm getting a lot of reaction. Ballou, you're just defending, Boy Wonder. You're just defending the generational talent. Come out and say it, Ballou. Trevor Lawrence is a bust. Why would you want me to come out on October 12th? By the way, my parents were married today 59 years ago.
Happy anniversary.
Mom in assisted living, not doing all that well, but she's hanging on. My dad is the salt of the earth and all about a huge backbone. 59 great years to my mom and dad. 10, 12, 22. You want me to come out today and tell you that Trevor Lawrence is a bust? Is that really what you want? I don't need that much attention. Listen, I don't mind a little attention, okay? I don't need that much that I'm going to come out and make a ridiculous claim like that after 25 starts, okay? My thinking is as follows. This is what you need to get across to Trevor Lawrence. It's about becoming a better football player, okay? It's not about waking up tomorrow morning and becoming the best gunslinging quarterback in the NFL. The aforementioned Blake Bortles of that 2017 led offense. Let's go to the play that everyone is talking about this past Sunday. Trevor Lawrence rolls out to his right. Great coverage by Houston. For some ungodly reason, Trevor Lawrence forces the ball, and it's picked off. Blake Bortles, in that situation, who's not nearly as talented as Trevor Lawrence. You know what Blake Bortles does? He takes that in himself for a touchdown. That's what I'm trying to describe to you about becoming a football player first and then a magnificent quarterback later. Now, maybe you don't want him taking it in. There would have been some hits at goal line. He would have dealt with contact at goal line. I think he showed you after the pick that he's a hard ass. I think he showed you after he threw the pick. I mean, it might have been the best tackle of the day for Jacksonville. He didn't, and he picked up a first down earlier when he ran, and he took on some contact. So I don't want to hear you're trusting his manhood. Okay, I'm not going to let that fly. Mike McCoy, Jim Bob Cooter, okay, Press Taylor, Doug Peterson. It's a great brain trust. It's 4 former quarterbacks. This isn't the charades of a year ago. And I'm not going to tell you it was a lost year, and I'm not going to make that excuse. One thing I admire about you as Jaguar fans, you don't make excuses. And I love that. Yeah, I mean, this is the second losingest franchise in the history of the NFL behind only Tampa Bay, okay? And as a fan base, you will not accept excuses. I'm not making excuses here for Trevor Lawrence. I'm trying to find a way for him to become better. And I think the first thing he's got to do with the assistance of his staff is to become a better football player. Take what they're giving. Let me contradict myself, and let's go back to the math. All right? They're telling us that when he gets rid of the football in less than 2.5 seconds, he is a far better quarterback than when he hangs on to the football. What should we do here? How about some shorter routes? How about some intermediate routes? How about some things that this receiving core is getting open this year? Now, I don't know what's happened to Christian Kirk the last 2 weeks. I'm all ears. You want to tell me something on Christian Kirk? I mean, he couldn't even get through Josiah Scott 2 weeks ago. Their starting nickel was out, and maybe he just didn't like the cold weather in Philadelphia. I mean, he had 3 targets last week. 3 targets. And let's be fair here. By the way, I'm a big fan of Kirk. Big fan. I want to see it work. But there were things written about him after 3 weeks. Oh, he's worth the money. Oh, this guy. I mean, remember the whole preseason? Oh, Jacksonville overpaid. Trent Baalke overpaid. He didn't get a number 1. You can't spend that amount of money for a guy in the slot. Remember the articles that came out? Remember guys like me here on the radio saying, wow, look at Christian Kirk after 3 weeks. He's worth every penny of that money. He's on a milk carton the last 2 weeks. He got open. He had 3 targets, 1 reception. So let's get him involved. We'll diagram a plan for him specifically. As I talked about a little bit earlier, you want Trevor Lawrence to become a better football player? Don't put everything on him. Run a guy like Travis Etienne. Break down that film and say, Trevor, don't throw the ball. Look at the first down marker there. Take it. Run out of bounds. And you got 1st and goal from inside the 5. Okay? Don't try to do everything yourself. And I think some of that pressure right now is on Trevor. Agree? Disagree?
Absolutely agree.
That's no fun. Radio's better when you disagree.
Peterson was asked today. I do think the whole run versus pass thing has been overblown. And I think that last week, specifically in the second half, he was trying to go like, hey, this drive will have Etienne here. This next drive will have James Robinson here. And, if you go through the drives of the second half, like the run game sucked. It was doing nothing. I saw a number today that Shipley tweeted out from our boys at Outside Coverage, whatever, some coverage site, that they're like the worst in the league at getting stuffed. And when you're not getting anything from the running game, you got to give up on it. Like I don't care about having a certain number. Like, to me, it's overblown. I think that we're just like finding something to blame with how terrible the offense is, besides just like Trevor was atrocious. You're never going to win with quarterback play like that the last 2 weeks. That's why they lost.
Yeah.
I don't care about the run game.
I do. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I do.
I know.
Robinson 10 for 27. It didn't work. And that's the point I'm trying to get to.
Etienne was working. So, like, the first drive, second half, he was all right. Then they put Robinson in because he's trying to split carries. It's like you said earlier, give the hot guy, let him play.
Yeah, that's my point. I mean, he had a 30-yard run.
Yeah.
Okay? You take away the 30 yards, he had 9 carries for 41 yards. Okay? That's still an average. I mean, you nearly 5 a carry in his other 9 carries. So, and again, sometimes numbers lie. Okay? You know that, no matter what you do. And, I mean,
any sport.
Maybe you're one of those that you bring home a certain amount a month and your wife spends a certain amount more a month, and you try to explain to her what's coming in and what's going out. And maybe she knows how to cook the books and tell you that, well, wait a minute now, I visited with Billy down at the pool hall, and all I got to do is pay him back 1 extra point in a week, and he gave me some hard, cool, cold cash. There's always ways to cook books and spin numbers. But sometimes numbers lie. And
Do
I think
loan sharks still exist, by the way?
Oh, hell yeah.
Are they?
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. I got to get into that.
Bro, the oldest professions of all time will never go away. There's still people who are keeping a legal book.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Even though
well, in this state, you kind of have to.
What?
You can't bet? I'm just talking about sports.
You can't go online and bet?
Not legally, even though we advertise with 9 different sites here. They're all offshore books.
Shows how ignorant that I am, because I honestly have not bet in 10 years. And I have no itch to bet.
But it does seem silly in 2022, yeah.
Yeah, but my guess is that there's still old school people who keep book and probably still have the same clientele. And whenever you can find a good bookie, you know that there's a loan shark not too far away.
That's true.
You know that is going to be the case.
He knows the guy.
Yep, no doubt about it. All right, got to take a quick break here. Let's get more reaction from you. 641-1010. 068, he says, Ballou, he told us, Doug Peterson, he told us his philosophy, throw to score, run to win. Yeah, I remember him saying that. And I want to believe. You know what I mean? I want to believe.
He's a quarterback, man.
For the last 19 years, Rosie O'Donnell has told us that she's going on a diet on New Year's Eve and that she's finally going to lose that weight. I want to believe, and I want to believe here with Peterson that this team is going to be able to settle down and run the football. And a lot of that is because I think it makes it easier for Trevor Lawrence. All right, your thoughts coming up on the other side. 641-1010 on the text line. That is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
1010XL brings the swamp to the first coast.
Room to run. 40, 45, midfield might be gone.
The Gators try to tame the Tigers of LSU.
Touchdown, Gators!
Kickoff at 7. Pre-game coverage starts at 4 on Jacksonville's home of Florida Gators football. 1010XL.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
Hey, poker players! Best Bet Jacksonville has another exciting poker tournament series for you. The Card Player Poker Tour is coming to Best Bet Jacksonville from October 27th to November 14th. This tournament series is packed with excitement and features 15 different poker tournaments, including a $1,700 mystery bounty event with bounties ranging from $500 up to $50,000, and the $3,000 no-limit hold'em main event from November 11th to the 14th. Go to bestbetjacks.com to view the tournament schedule.
So I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $30,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $80,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition and no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted into the program, your only costs are the books and the course fees, around $700 a year.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Keep up with Billy Napier's New Look Gators.
I'm Lauren Brooks, and I'll bring you the Gator Report all season long as Florida strives to bring home its 4th college football national championship.
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts. On 1010XL.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
Few things can stand the test of time, but Tobacco Cove has done just that, and we're celebrating 50 years in business. On October 22nd, we're having our golden anniversary party. All day long, we'll be having hourly specials from different cigar makers, 50% off selected items, door prizes, food, and drinks. Come on down to Tobacco Cove on Bay Meadows in San Jose next Saturday from 9:30 to 5 and celebrate with Tobacco Cove, because 50 years is worth the celebration.
Did you know Florida Bill SB 76 was signed into law in June of 21, giving insurance companies the right to require you to replace your shingle roof in as little as 10 to 12 years, or they can cancel your homeowner's policy. Then, in as little as 10 years, you may have to do it all over again. There's a solution. Replace your roof with a new metal roof from First Coast Metal Roofing Supply. A new metal roof from First Coast Metal Roofing Supply, insurance companies are allowing 20 to 30, even up to 50 years before you even need an inspection. All the details are at firstcoastmrs.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood. Clayton, you talk a lot about a diamond's cut grade. Why is a diamond graded for cut?
Frank, that's simple. We cut grade diamonds to show a measurement of beauty and light return to the person looking at the diamond so they can understand the value difference between a diamond cut for maximum beauty and one cut for maximum weight. Now, it gets a little more complicated when you find out that the American Gem Society Laboratory actually assigns performance grades and proportion grades using patented computer software and grades for polish and symmetry using a microscope. The end result of cut grading is a final grade that can go from a 0 or ideal to a 10, which is poor. Each of these grades are priced a little differently. That's why you can see a diamond with a fine color and clarity priced low, particularly on the internet, because a trained gemologist won't buy it for resale because of the poor cut. Unfortunately, these type deals aren't good deals. They're bad deals for the unknowing customer.
Underwood in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we do tonight till 8, tomorrow night 6 to 8. Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra. As we always say, if you're in the hood, come on by and get out of the tough streets of Ponte Vedra. We'd love to see you. We're out there 6 to 8 on Thursday. I'm actually off Friday. Got a big engagement to be a part of.
Love that.
Yeah.
Means I get an early weekend.
Well, it's something that I'm pretty excited about. I never take time off during football. I mean, who would? I never would. But, unless something crazy comes up like this. So I'll be off Friday, but I'll be thinking about you, each and every one of you out there. 1595 says, Ballou, run-pass ratio is definitely overblown. Look at all the winners from last week. The ratio favored the passers. I disagree with that. I watched what Derrick Henry did with Tennessee. How about the New York Giants going into Green Bay? I mean, Daniel Jones, one of the bright stories of the year is what has gone on so far with Brian Daboll and the New York Giants. They're 4-1. I think Daniel Jones has thrown 3 touchdowns all year, and they were both in like week 1 or 2. I want to say the last 3 games he hasn't even thrown a touchdown. I understand the love for passing the ball. I got it, and I get it. Okay, but, at this point, isn't it fair to compare Trevor Lawrence more to Daniel Jones and Ryan Tannehill than it is to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and quarterbacks like that? I mean, a lot of you folks are really ripping this young kid. I'm trying to give you examples of teams that are simplifying stuff for their quarterbacks and they're finding ways to win. Look at this, people. Look at it. I got the hardcore evidence right here in front of me. This is not circumstantial. This is forensics. You know what it says? Houston last week allowed 172 yards a game against the run. 172 yards. And Jacksonville passed it 47 times and ran it 26 times in a one-possession football game where, for the most part, it was tied. No. That's my answer. That's a mistake. 136 yards. They averaged 5.2 per. Why didn't they keep running the football? Instead, your quarterback stunk up the joint. His passer rating was 54. And you put it on him to win it. He's not in the category of Mahomes and Burrow and Herbert and Rodgers now. He's in the category of Daniel Jones, who didn't throw a touchdown pass last week. Yet he went into Green Bay and won. Hell, look at the rookie, the third-string quarterback in New England, almost won in there 2 weeks ago.
Was in London, by the way.
That game was in London, yeah. Oh, wait, last week's game was in London. Yes, correct.
But still, you beat Green Bay anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
And Jimmy Garoppolo gets crushed, man. All this guy does is win. I mean, you got to win a game Sunday in Indianapolis. Who do you feel better about right now winning that game? Trevor Lawrence or Jimmy Garoppolo? Jimmy Garoppolo gets crushed. Guy wins. Okay?
2 NFC title games, Super Bowl appearance.
Let's grab some calls. What did you say that we had, though, JJ, that was good, that was worth listening to?
Oh, well,
I hate giving up my airtime, but if it's worth it, what is it?
Well, they did ask, we were talking about earlier, whether Trevor holds the ball too long.
Oh, yeah.
And they did ask Peterson about that today.
I thought so. I mean,
To clarify, he was asked if Trevor got the ball out fast enough, not if he holds the ball on too long. Sorry about that.
I thought so. I mean, we kept the quarterback, kept Trevor pretty clean all day. Protection was good. Again, it's just a matter now of we have to evaluate the scheme. Was the scheme, appropriate for what we saw? And that falls back on us. And so as a staff, we can do better and help our guys out better there.
I am going to stay with this. The kid just turned 23 this week. He is a baby. And I'm more concerned now than I was a few weeks ago, admittedly. But I'm not ready to start calling him a bust and to start getting after him the way that some of you folks out there are. I understand and appreciate the fact that you want to win now. Okay, here's one right here, 6709. Ballou, if we beat the Colts this week, we will match the 2017 win-loss record through the first 6 weeks. Just saying. Yeah, no doubt. You win this week in Indianapolis, you match the win rate from the entire 2021 season. So, improvement is there. But I also believe, to defend the other side of this now, expectations change week to week. I tweeted it out today. I had Jacksonville going 6-11. That's what you had as well, right? 6-11?
Correct.
Okay.
Through 5, I think we both had them at 2-3, but just like totally different wins.
I had them winning, 6-11. I wrestled with 7-10, but I settled on 6-11. Of course, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they win 8, 9, 10 games. I mean, how many games will it take to win this division? I'm experiencing the same thing right now with my alma mater, with Florida State. Okay, I had them going 6-6. They won the first 2, but the first 4. Expectations change based on what you see. Okay, and Florida State fans are now like, well, they're 4-2, they should be 5-1, they should be 6-0. They're massaging it instead of taking it on and yelling about 21 penalties the last 2 weeks, unforgivable personal penalties the last couple of weeks, throw into a 5'8" kid with the game on the line with a fade when you got a 6'7" kid on the other side of the field. Okay? But you people are all right from hearing, we'll learn from that. Well, how the hell do you learn from it? One kid's 5'8". The other kid's 6'7". You throw the ball to the kid who's 6'7" if you're trying to win it. Okay, Dylan Gibbons gets a asinine 15-yard penalty. Well, we're going to learn from... Oh, really? He made the exact same penalty in November against the University of Florida. It was a huge play in how that game turned around. Oh, you know what? I talked to Dylan Gibbons about it. It's a learning point. Screw that. It's not a learning point. Okay? He made a major mistake, a game-changing mistake. He's done it twice now in the last 7 games. For Florida State, expectations change. The team should be 5-1. You also know this, Florida State fans. You're 2 plays away from being 2-4. Okay? If you didn't throw the fade to the 6'7" kid against Louisville, if you picked the 5'8" kid on the other side, you would have lost. And I still can't get over what they allowed LSU to come back from. I mean, that LSU was Jason Voorhees. He was dead. They had cut off his head. They had taken the wooden stake and they drove it right through his heart. And somehow you let LSU run 11-play, 99-yard drive in a minute 3 or whatever it was. And you block a PAT. You're 2 plays away from being 2-4. Expectations change based on what you watch. Trevor Lawrence plays well. The Jags are 5-0. No doubt. But my point is, help them out. Don't ask him to throw the ball 47 times when the game is tied, when it's a 1 possession. Help him out. Give the ball to your best player, Travis Etienne. They didn't do that. So the loss is on Trevor. But in my mind, the loss is also on that coaching staff. I didn't want to waste any more time on Florida State. I love both these teams. I went to school at Florida State. I chose to come back here from Chicago. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I had plenty of opportunities to go a lot of places. I wanted to come back here. I love it here. But I can't get over how different these two fan bases are considering how close they are to one another. My alma mater invents excuses. I mean, it's more the new fan, okay? And, listen, I learned this from a lot of different people, including my buddy Richard Miller. What's the card shop over there on Phillips Highway? Showtime Sports Cards. I love it. It's great. Not name dropping, but I was in there with Derek Trucks not too long ago. He's a big card collector. And I mean, Derek Trucks has had Babe Ruth.
I was about to say baseball or what?
Oh, yeah. And his son Charlie really likes football and basketball. But Derek Trucks, man, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig. Okay, I mean, you're talking about top of the line.
Jim Minton's.
Serious stuff. And one of his, I think it was his great uncle was Virgil Trucks who played. But anyway, I'm over there. I'm talking with Richard Miller, and I admit it. I'm wired differently at times. I'm odd. Hey, Judge, even or odd? It's your call. Odd. Judge Schmales, Caddyshack. Watch it, kids. You tell me that Graham hasn't watched the movie since he was born. Is that a true story or is that a fishtail?
He claims that because he hasn't seen like a lot of guy movies. And he said, well, I don't think it's that weird for me to have not seen any movies before I was born. And it's like, dude, what year were you born? He goes, 97. So anything made before 1997, you think it's respectable to not have seen?
Oh, man, I'm a big
Luckily,
fan.
we're getting him past that, I think.
I'm a big fan of Graham Marsh. Now, if he came out and said he hadn't listened to any music since 97, I'd be, all right, I'll give you a pass there.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, listen, most of the music I love is 60s, 70s, 80s.
That's what I'm saying.
But I still get into some stuff.
Zeppelin,
I have
basic stuff.
Oh, no, I love all that stuff.
No, I know, for him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying.
No, he's not into it.
Oh, really?
I remember when I was out there with RJ at Mr. Chubby's Wings, and they were playing Hendrix's version of All on the Watchtower, and he played it the next night, and he asked me if it was a new song. I was like, nah, it was made in like 1970.
He's been dead for about 40 years.
But anyway, go back to Richard Miller at Showtime Sports Cards. Every once in a while, like in the summer, all right, I like to go into his shop, and he's got this section where he's got old sets. You can get sets like Top Sets or Dunross or Flair or whatever from like 87, 88. And it's like $15. So you can go up to my bar, as I do, and you can pour yourself 3 fingers, okay, of Tullamore Dew. You can watch baseball on the screens, and you can bring up, kind of your past when you were a kid, and you go through these cards and, put the the better ones, the Hall of Famers, whatever, in protective sleeves or pages, whatever it is, whatever you do. And so I'm talking to him about it. I'm like, these kids are in here and they're going nuts. Mommy, daddy, can I please get, and they want to get like today's Fernando Tatis Jr. They want today's Wander Franco. They want today's Kyle Wright, who's going to be pitching.
Oh, we need him to come through tonight.
Yeah, hopefully in 27 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, but you can walk over there and you can get Pete Rose, Jim Rice, Ricky Henderson. When I was their age, if you were trying to tell me I could get Sandy Koufax, Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson, Hank Aaron, I mean, today's kids don't care. They just don't. Anyway, I don't know how I got on that particular subject, but the good thing is I got to go to a break. Anyway, if I can remember what I was saying, we will specify that coming up on the other side. In the meantime, my goodness, are these text lines absolutely clouded right now. I love it. There's a lot. I can feel it right now coming through the microphone. There is a lot of emotion going on right now in Duval. A ton of emotion. We got a second hour to take a look at it. It's coming up next.
It's more fun than a fifth of alcohol and better for you. After the game, join Hacker and Leon Searcy for the Window World of Northeast Florida fifth quarter. Live from Perfect Rack Billiards in Murray Hill. Brought to you by Eastern Roofing Company and Dr. George Bari and Bari Orthopedics.
Honda continues to impress with their new lineup this year. Don't settle for less when the best is just minutes away. We invite you to visit your local Honda dealer and see the vehicles everyone is talking about. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda. Come see us. We're dealing.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE. Main office, Jacksonville.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them a solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reach Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reach Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like. Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
If you're considering replacing your windows, consider replacing them with Kohler Homes. The culture here hasn't changed. It's about honesty, integrity, and fair pricing. We don't offer 2-for-1 financing specials that come with free giveaways. You're overpaying for your project this way. We have financing programs available that have your best interest in mind without feeling it in your wallet. With access to all the Florida-approved manufacturers, it's your choice, not ours. So don't fall in love with the window. Fall in love with the company replacing them, Kohler Homes. Give us a call to learn more and schedule your free consultation.
Bob Arablo here, president of Your Jacksonville Icemen. Thanks to the doctors and staff at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, our team is well taken care of. We're proud to be associated with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. Our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is ready to help you too. We'd like to thank the coaches and schools who trust in our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Men, if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction or PE and frustrated taking pills that don't work, Prime Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that effectively treat your problem. 98% of patients experience immediate results during their first office visit. And for a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Rubinsky. The physicians at Prime Men's Medical Center offer the most advanced treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Now men are lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
Guys, to eliminate your frustration in the bedroom, call Prime Men's Medical Center now to take advantage of this exclusive limited-time offer. Your initial consultation and first treatment are totally free, and you'll see instant results right in the office. Call now, 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
WJXL FM, Jacksonville Beach.
It's time for the Northeast Florida Fall Boat Show, October 15th and 16th at Jacksonville's J-Tech Institute. Boat dealers, accessories, and so much more. Don't miss it. The Northeast Florida Fall Boat Show, sponsored by ViStar Credit Union. BoatJacks.com. Life is better with a boat.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and Triumph is this big, hardy bike, and when you get that cool weather outside, you want to get on your bike and ride.
And we have all the Triumphs in stock right now, and they have a great lineup, and they are ready to ride.
And the best thing to say to people is that heavy-duty bike underneath you will give you a lot of power.
Absolutely, lots of power, very stylish, and we just remodeled our Triumph showroom, so come by and check it out.
It's right there on Atlantic near Regency, Cycles of Jacksonville, and online.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From roll and lock bed covers to Lear toppers to cam locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
I'm Hayes Carline, and what I say goes. Listen to my closing argument presented by the personal injury law firm of Harrell & Harrell weekdays on The Frangie Show. Can you handle the truth?
Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars. Make them your AC partner with honest cost estimates before they start the work with no hidden fees. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, I remember where my mind took me when talking about Richard Miller and Showtime Cards. We mentioned our buddy Graham Marsh, right? Who has never watched the movie pre-1997. Will never listen to any music that wasn't made, in the last 6 months. And another example I was telling you is that applies with kids in all sorts of different areas, and card collecting is certainly one of them. Shocked by that, by the way. It's just amazing. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just
I wonder if they're worth more.
They are worth more, and that's the major reason why I kind of got away from cards.
Are worth more.
New ones are worth more.
That's weird.
I mean, if you have yourself a 1958 Don Drysdale, shouldn't that be worth
maybe
a hell of a lot more?
But
it's not.
Really?
It's not.
I was thinking because I know in the 80s and 90s when they just flooded the market with cards.
Right.
Those are worthless pretty much, which is sad because that's all the ones I have back at my mom's house.
Well, I mean, everything today is condition. You got to get them graded.
Gem Mint 10.
Yeah. If you have them in really good condition, you could make some money.
Used to love staying up late at night, watch the infomercial guy. And they would just scream about baseball cards at 3 a.m. Gem Mint 10 this, Gem Mint 10
Oh, yeah,
that.
that guy with the red hair.
I'm sure I'll find it.
His name's Dan something, whatever. He was crazy.
Yeah.
I think he was involved in, some local, not here local, but, some, basement-type wrestling. You know what I mean? Like some underground. Because my buddy J.P. Peterson did a little bit of that as well. And I remember asking him about it. He's out in Tampa. But yeah, that was pretty good stuff. Let me say this: Don West. You got to get it. It's a one-time.
Mm-hmm.
He would be going back and forth.
It's what do you mean? You're going to be on tomorrow night?
Yeah, no, but he's selling the fact that this is a one-shot. That's what he used to say. One shot. I got $1,200 here worth of value. It's yours right now for $99.99. You got to call me right now, though.
$99. You better get online. Unbelievable. And if that happens,
that is a cool deal.
All right.
Will it be available tomorrow night? Hey, Don, is it available tomorrow night?
Cool deal.
All right. Last call on these. Now, we're going to go to a brand new deal.
The last call.
And I'm going to kind of switch midstream here because
That is.
I'm not sure if we got our Chicago cable on right now. If you're in the Chicago area,
I
you're
love
watching.
this.
That is a cool
Let
deal.
an operator know. Give them your number and confirm to me that we're on in the Chicago area right now.
Wow, that's old school television.
Yeah, that's so funny because I was just about ready to say I would watch this in Chicago, and I was married at the time, and I'd be like, "Honey, can I buy some baseball cards? Kids have diapers, Can I buy some? Don West is selling me on these cards."
Oh, here we go.
1988 Fleer, factory set. We got a 1990 Score, factory set. We got a 1991 Fleer.
He doesn't do this for hours.
It's a one shot. It's a one. Keep it going. Keep it going with
tomorrow.
Don West.
He's catching his breath.
Everything's falling, guys.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a wall of
stacking
cards.
up all of the
factory
cards.
set. We got a 1990 Topps vending box looking for Frank Thomas rookie.
Oh!
Right there.
I want
We
one.
got a 1985. How long has it been since we've had this? A 1985 Topps traded. But that's not all. We've got a 1987 Topps vending box. And then, just because we can,
Do it, Tom.
we've got a 1987 red box with over 1,300 cards.
We're going to get up the next morning, take the kids from the train and into the city, take them to the zoo, do all that good stuff. Can we cancel all that? I want to buy that. I want to buy that baseball card package from Don West.
$500.
That was funny stuff. It really was.
Right.
But anyway, that's why I brought that up. And that's just the way it is, and it's just it's life as we've moved forward. There's very little recognition. Last week we were talking about firing up this ball club, and is there enough emotion? Around these parts every week, and this is the first one that there hasn't been one in week 6, where there's some sort of streak on the line. You know what I mean? It's been week after week after week after week. There's some streak. So I'm talking about this, and I'm like, they're very cool about it. Hey, you've lost 8 in a row. All right, well, we're going to do everything we can to try and win this game. It doesn't hit them that way, okay? Because it's the first time that Doug Peterson has faced them. It's the first time his staff has faced them, outside of a few examples. It's the third time that Trevor. So it's like, who addresses this? And it's the same deal. Do you bring in Jimmy Smith? Do you bring in Fred Taylor? Do you bring in Tony Baselli? With all due respect, I don't think it matters to today's player. I just don't think it does.
A quick story about that. So apparently, I think this is at Alabama. They have like all these pictures on the wall when you walk in of all the former players for when recruits come in. And they said that they changed like Sean Alexander, we have to get rid of that.
Oh, yeah.
That's way too old. These guys don't know who the hell that guy
Right.
is. So they have last year's draft
Put Jerry
picks.
Jeudy up.
Exactly. Guys like that who are in the league right now. This generation of player doesn't give a damn about who played 20 years ago.
How did that happen?
Was it always like that? I don't know.
I don't know. We changed into a society where half the men still open the door for women. Okay, when I was growing up, all men opened the door for women. If I ever talk back to my mom, or my sister, so we've seen things change. But listening to my dad, I'd ask him who's the greatest running back to ever play. He says Jim Brown, without any question. Even to this day, he's seen them all. Oh, it's Jim Brown. Can you imagine having a Jim Brown card? Talking about Ted Williams, and you looked at these guys as godlike. I remember his comments on Gale Sayers. I don't think today's kids, and I have daughters. They just don't like sports. They're just not fans. I don't think today's kids really care about that. I'm not ripping them. I'm just saying, where did all of that change? And that's a great example. You bring up Grant. He refuses to watch movies from that. He's listed some of the greatest actors, Clint Eastwood, Bobby De Niro, Jack Nicholson, some of the greatest films, greatest actors we've ever seen.
I think we finally got him to watch Goodfellas. So, hey, one step at a time. Congratulations.
One of the most interesting points that Doug Peterson made on Monday, and I don't believe I got to it then because everything was reaction. to the Jaguars' loss. But it was brilliant, okay? And I believe that it really spoke volumes of where this is and where it's going to be. And the way that he said it was absolutely magnificent because he totally gets it. This is the opposite of Nick Foles, who was a total moron when he signed a contract here and told you that you're going to have to deal with some trials and tribulations. It was worse than his play. It was the absolute, it was maybe the worst thing I've heard anyone ever say here in Jax. I mean, it was Hugh Douglas worthy. Okay? It was Chris Clemens, Jared Odrick worthy. It was an abomination for him to do that because it showed that he had no respect for you as a fan. Okay? It showed that he did no research outside of remembering, studying tape before the Super Bowl. And it cost him. Okay? I don't care how bad he was. The day he said that, I lost all respect for him. You look at what Doug Peterson said on Monday. It was brilliant, okay? He tells us that, I know, I get it. You want to win now. That's the NFL. It's a win-now league. But he went on to explain Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert, 3 quarterbacks who are a year ahead of Trevor Lawrence. And we all remember the firing of Anthony Lynn and Pep Hamilton. That happened 3 years ago in L.A. But he's talking about consistency. And now Nick Sirianni has had that with Jalen Hurts. And, I mean, in today's NFL, what did Zach Taylor win? Zach Taylor won just a couple of games in his first few seasons in Cincinnati. I mean, today you're fired. And they didn't fire him. They stayed with him. And he got to a Super Bowl a year ago. So it was very interesting to hear Doug say it in that way where he knows that you want to win right now. But he also, in a non-trials and tribulations and be patient, pointed out, look at these 3 quarterbacks who are now top 10 quarterbacks, all arrow pointing up, heading towards the top 5. And it was his way, in my opinion, of saying, keep this staff intact. He was also in that press conference asked about a lost year in Urban Meyer. And I think a lot of coaches would have totally dismissed it and said, I'm not going to talk about it or whatever, this is this year. He didn't. And again, he crafted a pretty interesting answer about, I don't know, I don't want to go there, I wasn't here. But it almost felt like, yeah, it's obviously an issue. You could tell the body language was like, absolutely, it's an issue. But he did it in a way where he didn't want to make an excuse. He didn't want to come out there and say, yeah, let's face it, guys and gals. He really is a rookie. You don't want to hear that. Again, Jacksonville is a non-excuse town. That's why I'm such a fan. All right? Even though I wish he'd run the ball more. I am a fan. I mean, can you imagine if Doug Marrone or Urban Meyer was your coach after that loss on Sunday and then again on Monday? How would Urban Meyer have handled that? And again, Doug Marrone, and I'm a fan. I like Doug personally, but Doug would have, Trayvon Walker jumped off sides, and then he threw the quarterback down. He threw Mills down, another 15-yard. Doug Marrone said, yeah, that's on me. I got to do a better job coaching. Hey, Doug, Trevor obviously could have picked up the first down with his feet. He threw that ball. It was a bad play. It was a huge turn up. Yeah, that's on me. Yeah. I mean, Doug, that's what he would have done again. And that becomes tiresome. That becomes, you can ask anything in the world, and he's going to put the responsibility on himself. Peterson's different, man. This guy's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I'm just trying to settle some of you folks down, okay? And social media is so relevant, and we're such a part of knee-jerk reaction. But it gets to the point where so many of you form the final conclusion. And there's no way you can tell me that the final conclusion on Trevor Lawrence is based on 25 games. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I got to believe a lot of you same people were celebrating the fact that he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I get the frustration. I'm frustrated. I don't like coming in here every Monday after a loss. I'd much rather come in here after a win. So anyway, you want to comment on that? Absolutely, you can. All right, much more to do. We're going to run tonight till 8 o'clock. Then Hacker will join you. I haven't had a chance to give you the injuries. I will, because they're crying wolf right now in Indy. They are. The media's setting it up. Doesn't mean the players and the coaching staff is, but there's a lot of belief that Jacksonville can go in there and win this game Sunday. The Colts are decimated with injuries. Jacksonville's more banged up than they have been, so let's get towards that on the other side. Also, I want to bring up a little bit of college football. Why don't we do that? I feel like I've neglected it so far this week, but it was a huge Saturday, and it's another big one coming up in just a couple of days.
Back in the glory days, he wore number 56.
Hindsight's always 20/20.
Check the tape Tuesday with Jeff Lageman. Tuesdays during football season on Jaguars Today. Brought to you by Famous Automotive Tire and Quick Lube. Treating every customer like they're famous.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the Southeast to offer multi-unit hair grafting and the 45-minute PRP treatments. Grow your hair back. Call now for a free in-person evaluation. 904-777-IHRS, 904-777-4477, or visit hairforme.com.
The roof is on fire, or damaged or old, and you need it replaced. That's where our friends at Lockhart Roofing come in. Family owned and operated. The Lockharts will work with you and your insurance company lickety-split and make the top of your house look, well, brand new. The Lockharts are a long-time Jacksonville business taking care of Jacksonville people. So if that roof of yours finally needs to be taken care of, call Lockhart Roofing, 904-994-3851. That's 994-3851.
Hi, this is Travis Cummings of the Ballou Group, and I specialize in working with medium and large companies to ensure their employees get the best benefits possible.
This is Marcus McInerney, president of Valancourt Construction, and I work with Travis Cummings and the Bailey Group to make sure the employees that work at Valancourt get the very best in benefits for everything they do at our company.
Business is on the First Coast. Call me, Travis Cummings, at 461-1800, and I'll make sure your employees are well taken care of.
Hey, Jaguars fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic or circling the lot looking for a place to park? Well, join the thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to TIAA Bank Field is on the JTA Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 4 convenient locations around Jacksonville, including the Kings Avenue parking garage on the south bank. Tickets start at just $10 and are available exclusively on the Token Transit mobile app. The JTA Game Day Express. It's like winning before the game even starts.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Mom. Looking for a great way for your kids to enjoy sports? Check out I9 Sports, the way youth sports should be, offering flag football, basketball, soccer, and t-ball in Duval, St. Johns, and Clay County. You can play year-round, fall, winter, spring, and summer seasons with co-ed programs ages 3 to 17. Enter promo code 1010XL to receive $5 off registration. All the details are at i9sports.com.
Over 40 years ago, I made a decision to help people. Might sound simple, but following your passion never is. Big ideas tend to get bigger. What started out as one lawyer's vision is now a team of over 400 with an obsession. Today, protecting you and your family is more than a job. It's a way of life. Over 40 years ago, we set out to build a law firm. It's clear now that what we've built is so much more. I'm Eddie Farah, Jacksonville.
Ballou here for Shinatri Chiropractic, the breakdown of the body. Stop fighting it. Visit Shinatri Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of JU Athletics. Back and neck pain, arms, legs giving you problems. Get an effective diagnosis and treatment with an adjustment or dry needling. How about acupuncture, which I love because it works. Get rid of your pain and tension. Call 743-6700 or visit them at 2711 University Boulevard, Shinatri Chiropractic.
There's a world of difference between and that's why you can trust Famous Automotive and Tire when it comes to your vehicle's care. Because there's a difference between and. It all starts with the triangle of safety. Your tires, brakes, and the front end. Take care of those 3 points and your car will take good care of you. Start at Famous Automotive and Tires. 7 locations servicing every customer like they're famous.
Speed kills.
He was shot out of a cannon.
But what kills speed?
Oh, I'm hurt.
That nagging injury.
Listen for the personal injury attorney's Farah and Farah Injury Update on 1010XL. Protecting you and your family since 1979.
Jacksonville.
Hey, it's Tony from Tony D's Pizza. If you love our pizza and pasta dishes, let us cater an event for you. Family function or office parties, we can deliver you an amazing Italian meal. Remember, it's not just pizza at Tony D's. Beberos and $2.95.
Waste Management is paying a $5,000 bonus to CDL drivers and heavy truck mechanics for jobs in Jacksonville, Green Cove Springs, Callahan, and St. Augustine. Apply online at wm.com/careers.
Equal opportunity employer.
Time now for a medical recap. A health and wellness tip from Jaguars head team physician Dr. Kevin Kaplan.
Your musculoskeletal system carries the body, meaning that it maintains the structure against gravity. If you want your joints to stay healthy and seek the simplest solution, the best answer is to lose weight. Don't forget that the more weight you put onto your joints, the more pressure and stress there is on your hips and knees. This translates to more pain if you're already having issues. Losing weight is the quickest way to alleviate joint pain and boost your joint health. Go Jags.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's not time to make a change.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Yeah, father and son. Look at me. I'm old. But damn it, I'm happy. Even happier. They run the ball. You run it downhill. No more Ben Barch. I hear you, Cat. The great Cat Stevens. One of these nights, maybe we'll do it really late, Tuesday, I'm going to do a show all on songwriters and the songwriter era. What do you think, JJ? Would that be good?
I think we should do it tomorrow.
We're going to have to do a little spleef on the side for that.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about. It's about deep lyrics, about storytelling.
We should probably drop acid.
Nope.
If we're being honest.
Nope.
Okay.
No, thank you. Don't want to do that. All right. Let's get to this. It's important. The Jaguars have avoided injury primarily the entire year. They've only missed 3 starts in 5 games. You know that Ben Barch is out. He's gone for the remainder of the year, the starting left guard. The Jaguars have made some moves. They brought in John Miller yesterday, guy with a lot of experience, 3 different teams, plenty of starts. Will he be ready this week? My guess is no. It's Shatley. You still have Cole Van Lannon. But today, I guess good news and subpar news. The best news is with Big Folo today. Fatu Kassi, the quad, he was limited. That's certainly better than a week ago where he gave you DMPs on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, did not practice. Today it's a quad, limited. So that's the arrow pointing upward, in my opinion. Bad news, a foot for Devon Hamilton, okay? He was limited. You absolutely, positively cannot be without him. Let me take a look at his snap count last week because, it was interesting how they tried to make some some changes. Devon Hamilton played 40 snaps, played 69% of the snaps. The only one who played more than him on the defensive line was Roy Robertson Harris, who played 43 plays, so that's 74% of the snaps. Yep, those are your two primary guys. You got 25 out of Gotsis, you got 25 out of Peters in the loss to Houston. Zay Jones, the ankle, limited. All right. And I hate this one as well. Foye Oluokun on the injury report with a calf. He was limited. Oluokun has been outstanding. I believe he's played every snap this year. Maybe wrong. May have missed one or two. But I want to say he's been, for the most part, like the secondary, where he has played just about every play. I mean, you look at what happened last week. Andre Cisco played every play. Rayshon Jenkins played every play. Devin Lloyd and Oluokun are both three-down linebackers. They're playing every play. Campbell came out a couple of plays, and the other corner, Shaq Griffin, played 47 of those snaps for Jacksonville. So you have 4 players right now who are limited. We'll have an update for you tomorrow. Good news on Fadukasi. Not good news, unfortunately, on Devon Hamilton, Foye Oluokun, and Zay Jones. All right, ready for this?
Ready.
This is unbelievable, the injury report right now with the Indianapolis Colts. First off, it looks a little bigger than it is because 2 players got rest, Stephon Gilmore and Yannick Ngakoue. And you can certainly make the case that the first time they met, Yannick was resting as well. He had 1 pressure, I believe, the entire game. The all-world left guard, Quentin Nelson. Okay, he's got an ankle and a shoulder. He practiced in full today. All right? So what an animal. And he's a tough guy. Even though that offensive line has really had a lot of problems. Now, I was reading up on Matt Ryan today. You realize Matt Ryan so far this year has lost 11 fumbles?
Lost?
Well, he's fumbled it 11 times. He's only lost 3.
Oh, my God.
I should say he's fumbled it 11 times.
Okay.
But he's on the...
That's absurd, though, to have fumbled 11 times.
Right. Well, he can't move.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally cannot move. He has 11 fumbles. He's lost 3 of the 11. He's thrown 7 picks.
Jeez.
And his passer rating right now is 25th in the NFL. It's 79.8. So
I didn't realize he was having that ass
really bad.
Year.
Now, the good news for Indy is, both wide receivers that didn't play here in week 1, including Pittman and then the rookie, how come I can't think of his name right now? I'm sorry. It is Alec Pierce are both healthy and back. Also, for the Indianapolis Colts, defensive tackle Eric Johnson, okay? He was ill. He did not practice today. Their starting center, Ryan Kelly, a hip. He did not practice today. Jonathan Taylor, who did not play a week ago Thursday night with his ankle, not spotted at practice today. Not even seen today. He didn't give it a go. Safety Julian Blackman with the ankle, limited today. Tyquan Lewis, defensive end, with a concussion. He was limited today. Naheem Hines, who always, it feels like in every game, he makes a couple of really big plays. Hines has a concussion, and he was limited today. Kwity Paye, all right, coming off the edge on the opposite side, as we do know of Yannick Ngakoue. Today, Paye was not noticed at practice. He's got an ankle, and he had a DMP. Shaq Leonard, probably their second-best player, behind only Jonathan Taylor. The problems that he has had with the offseason surgery and what have you. He continues to battle now with a concussion, and I don't think I've ever seen an injury report before that lists a nose. Okay, he's got a concussion.
Nose tackle or an actual nose?
A nose. Okay, and this is what it says. He's got 3 injuries. The great Shaq Leonard, used to be Darius Leonard. He changed his name to Shaq. And he's got a concussion, he's got a nose, and he's got a back So he's got 3 different injuries right now.
Sounds like a car accident.
He was not spotted at practice today. Tony Brown, corner, concussion, not spotted at practice today. A DMP. This team is ripped apart. Absolutely ripped apart with injuries. And again, they're the lowest scoring team in the NFL. They give you 13.8 points a game. They're not bad on defense. Despite all those injuries, they're only allowing 18-8. And, talked about the 3 lost fumbles that Matt Ryan has had. He's lost 11, but he's lost, 3 of those 11. Right now, you look at the always important turnover to takeaway ratio. The Colts are dead last in the NFL at -6. Jacksonville was leading in the NFL, as we know, a few weeks ago, but with the recent struggles, they remain at +1. So they're which is a considerable improvement. I mean, last year they were -20. Okay, they're +1 right now on the season. So that is certainly good
What a
news.
difference 2 weeks makes.
It really does.
Oh my God, they were like +9 or something.
It's made a huge difference in individual numbers. It's made a huge difference in team numbers. I mean, everything. Time of possession, third down convergence rate, third down red zone efficiency, all of Trevor's numbers, the rushing numbers, the defensive numbers. I mean, they gave up, 171 or something? Or was it over 200 against Philly? Was that 210 yards? The only reason why I'm struggling here is because Florida State gave up a ton of yards in that game as well. And I know one gave up 210. The other gave up like 171. Let's look it up here. Philadelphia got 210 yards rushing on 50 carries.
400 total yards.
Yep. Even with allowing 210 to Philly, the Jags' rush defense is still 6th in the NFL. They're allowing 98.2 yards. I love their chances there with Jonathan Taylor beaten up. And Hines is a guy who, as Jag fans, it seems like he makes big plays against the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll track this the rest of the week, but it is not good right now coming out of Indy as far as the very latest with their health. Again, Jacksonville, despite all of that, the money's been pouring in on the Colts. I mean, what do they know that we don't? Latest updated money now. 68% of the money's going on the money line. For Indy, 32% is going on Jacksonville. The now 1.5-point spread, 93% of the money is now going on Jacksonville. Okay? So that is after it has gone from from 1 to 2.5. So we're starting to get some comeback money on this Wednesday night that is beginning to come in on Jacksonville. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that line go from -2.5 to a -2 or -1.5, maybe later tonight, maybe on Thursday. We'll have to check that. The majority of the money right now is coming in on the over the 42 as well. So those are your latest numbers if you're considering wagering on this game. All right, much more to do. We'll take you up tonight till 8. Then we'll hear from Hacker. It's good to have you with us. My name is Rick Ballou. Remember, tomorrow, 6 to 8, we are live from Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra Beach.
It's the cure for waking up from a football hangover.
I thought you held your liquor very well.
Post-game Monday.
Did anyone look at the scoreboard?
Brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff on 1010XL.
Here's another remarkable success story from QC Kinetics. This one from Chad, who hurt his knee at the gym one day, and it just kept on hurting for months.
From my high school football and wrestling days, I already had a little bit of damage in there, but this just sent it over the edge.
Chad tried traditional treatments with no improvement when he turned to the non-surgical regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics.
It was really fascinating how they did their work, and the science behind it was very intriguing, and it works. Extracting the cure out of my own body blew my mind. It's like I'm brand new again. It was fantastic.
That's because the QC Kinetics natural biologic treatments use your body's own healing power to restore damaged tissue in your hips, shoulders, back, and knees, providing long-lasting relief.
Now I'm back at the gym. I'm 100%, feeling great.
If you're tired of suffering with pain from arthritis or injury, call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Honest Abe Roofing does not give estimates. They give actual price quotes. Yep, actual to-the-dollar quotes on the spot with no hidden surprises. Or,
sorry, we didn't see that earlier.
Honest Abe's free inspection and quote shows exactly what you'll pay, and once that roof is installed, Honest Abe's Invest Once lifetime guarantee covers every facet of your entire roofing system for as long as you own your home. If you think you'll need a new roof soon, don't delay. Call 341-ROOF, that's 341-ROOF, or honestaberoofing.com.
Are you an electrician looking for better pay and benefits? Miller Electric Company has the industry-leading compensation package. Electricians are eligible for a signing bonus up to $1,000. Now, they're partnering with the Jaguars on their new performance facility, the Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric has opportunities for you to work on some of the most exciting projects right here in Jacksonville. Whether you're experienced or not, visit MillerCareers.com, an equal opportunity employer. That's MillerCareers.com.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire 86,000 IRS agents. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Attention sports fans, your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's best sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the chance to cash in on all your favorite leagues, including the NFL, NBA, MLB, and much more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the tables. Sign up at BetUS.com or call 800-79-BET-US and get into the action. Don't forget to mention promo code 1010XL. BetUS, where the game begins.
No time?
No problem.
Listen to 1010XL Talk Shows on demand, brought to you by Accelerated Tax Solutions. As soon as the live show ends, search 1010XL in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or visit 1010XL.com.
Brackish Vodka, part of the Brackish brands, is made right here in Jacksonville. 100% from corn and gluten-free. It's the local answer to Tito's. Brackish Vodka is the proud partner of Growlers Bar and Tailgaters, and we will be pouring free samples of our local vodka, as well as selling merch at each home game. Brackish brands are for those who live life slightly salty. And once you try Brackish Vodka, you'll be slightly salty too. You have never had a vodka this smooth. Enjoy Brackish Vodka for brunch at Ida Claire.
Expert Automotive, Jacksonville's only automotive repair shop, where every car we work on gets a lifetime repair warranty. Never pay for service again once it's fixed. Winter travel is around the corner, and now is the time to get your winterization. Do you still have AC issues? Freon prices are falling, and we can save you money. At Expert Automotive, we service all makes and models. Call 374-3373 today to schedule your appointment. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
I don't know about you, but the big fella likes to party. And I like to tailgate. Leon Searcy here, your lemon pepper guy. This football season, you want Wingstop to feed your party or tailgate with mouth-watering wings for the big games. Check their menu online, go to specials, and try their $16.99 boneless wings or all-in bundle special. Or for your tailgate and large parties, enjoy the group packs with 30 to 100 wings. So party like I do this season with Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Hey, Jaguars fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic or circling the lot looking for a place to park? Well, join the thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to TIAA Bank Field is on the JTA Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 4 convenient locations around Jacksonville, including the Kings Avenue parking garage on the South Bank. Tickets start at just $10 and are available exclusively on the Token Transit mobile app. The JTA Game Day Express. It's like winning before the game even starts.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
October is birthday month for Zero Res. To celebrate, just say Happy Birthday Zero Res, and they'll give you up to $75 off your cleaning. That's their birthday gift to you. Some minimums may apply, so give them a call. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res, it's the right way to clean.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we're going to have baseball. Have they thrown the first pitch yet?
Yeah, Bryce Harper is at third. 2 outs. It's the top of the second. There's 0 zeros on the board.
Kyle Wright. I won 21 ball games.
First 20-game winner for the Braves since 2003.
Now
Russ Ortiz.
Really?
Yeah.
This guy had 2 career wins before the start of the year. He didn't win any last year. He won a couple of ball games in 2020, but he went 21-5 this year with a 3.19. And we'll see. Tough loss last night for the Atlanta Braves. Really looking forward to this tonight, watching this game. And it looks like, I'll have 2 on in the bar. Yu Darvish against Clayton Kershaw.
Oof, that's a juicy matchup. Yu has been hot this year, man.
He has.
Kershaw has been really hot lately.
Yeah, the problem with Kershaw is I think he only had 22 starts.
He middle of the season, he always has that I'm going to sit down for a couple months here.
He's had the forearm strain, and then he's had some other issues. I mean, the last 2 years, all right, COVID a year ago. He had 22 starts last year. He had 10 in 2020. Last time Clayton Kershaw went north of 30 starts was in 2015 when he had 33.
Wow.
This guy's magnificent. He's 197 and 87 lifetime. Think about that. 110 games above 500. He got a winning percentage of .694. He just notched up more than 2,800 Ks. He's at 28.07. His earned run average 2.48. I mean, he's a bona fide Hall of Fame. He'll never come close to 300 wins because of his age. He'll be 35 in March, but be interested to see if he re-ups again. I'd see him throw a few more years.
He's one of those I'll do another year. Another year. He's probably not going to go anywhere. He loves being a Dodger, I guess. Braves got out of the inning, by the way. The bad thing about Kershaw is, the average Joe sports fan that doesn't necessarily watch baseball like you and me do, he has this he's not great in the postseason type.
Gotten better.
Absolutely. And I even think that was sort of overblown. Now he's got a ring. I just hate hearing that because he's so dominant. And it's such a small sample size postseason-wise, even for him.
Yeah, let's see. Postseason, because didn't he go 4-0 1 year? He went 4-1 in 2020 in the postseason.
When they won the World Series.
Yep. So, he started off going, 1-5. If you add up 2009, 13, and 14. Then he went 1-1 in 2015. But he's turned around since then. He was 2-1 in 16. He was 3-0 in 2017. He was 2-3 in 18. I believe that's when they lost to the Red Sox. And 0-1 in 2019. Then the aforementioned 4-1 a year ago. So a lot of experience. I'm looking forward to watching that. Hey, what was just fascinating to me, and I don't think it's received a lot of play here, but did you hear what the defensive back out of Alabama said about Jimbo Fisher?
No.
And Texas A&M?
I cannot wait, though.
Well, during the the finale. You know, it was basically from the goal line. It was basically like a 2-point conversion, right?
The last play of the game.
Last play of the game. So Haynes King drops back and looks for Evan Stewart, and he's being covered by the redshirt freshman at Alabama by the name of Terrion Arnold. Okay? Terrion Arnold tells the story that defensively, he's on the left side. He's the left corner. It's the same side that Texas A&M's sideline is. And Jimbo Fisher is running down the sideline, screaming to Haynes King, Evan, Evan, Evan. This kid literally read the lips of Jimbo Fisher, and the result covered him the way that he did.
Now, do you believe that?
Sure. I'm a sucker, and I'm gullible. But I got to tell you, JJ, in January, this will be my 30th year. I told you a moment ago, I don't think I've ever seen a nose on an injury report before. I don't think I have ever heard in all of my life in the sport of football that a defensive back was able to read the lips of the opposing head coach knowing that the ball was going to the guy that he was covering.
So you're a sideline reporter. You were. Like, how far away is the coach to the defensive back? I got to think that's like 40 yards away.
You're not supposed to be that far down the field, but flags never get thrown.
Okay.
And
so they are.
I think you see guys go down deeper towards the end zone in college than you do in the NFL. And typically the only time you really see that is when a head coach is running down the sideline to get a timeout. You'll see that, but I was kind of blown away.
And there's like 80,000 people screaming.
Yeah, I was blown away by that story.
I hope it's true.
But anyway, I thought that was fascinating. Folks, we're out of here. Hackers up right now. I don't check the text line, and I try to get to most of you as far as a return. But we've, my goodness, received a ton of those tonight. I know I had some callers on. I didn't have a chance to get to you. I apologize. We do calls on Tuesday as well as Monday. Tomorrow night, we'll be live from Mr. Chubby's Wings on that Thursday from 6 to 8 out there in Punta Vedra. Again, I don't check the text line. If you want to get a hold of me, please do so. Go to Ballou 1010XL on Twitter. For JJ, I'm Rick Ballou. We'll talk tomorrow at 6.